I don't buy new cars, I don't buy brand names. I go to Goodwill for my clothes. I like to save money, I like to find bargains. It's the life I chose. I throw nothing away, I'll find a use another day for all this junk I keep. My neighbors all hate me, they abuse and berate me, 'cause I like doing it cheap. Yeah, I like doing it cheap. Welcome to another episode of Doing It Cheap. Well, folks, it is 2:55 a.m. January the 18th, 2016. I ain't been to bed yet, heading that way, or heading to my recliner over here. I'm so fat that I cannot sleep comfortably in my bed, because it does that right there, right in the middle, because I'm so damn fat. I just stepped on the scales, and I'm wearing flip-flops, overalls, a pair of underwear, and a t-shirt, and this hat. And the scales, besides saying one at a time, please, they said 290.4 pounds. I have never been this fat in my entire life. Now, I'm 58 years old, and I am going to attempt to lose 100 pounds. And I'm going to do a video log. I think they call it a vlog, a blog, or whatever. Anyway, in addition to my normal videos I'll be putting on, I'll be putting a daily update about how I'm doing, because what I'm going to attempt is to not only lose 100 pounds but stop smoking at the same time. Now, they say you shouldn't do that. Say that's too damn hard, and they say it's too hard on you to lose 100 pounds. It ain't good for you to lose a lot of weight. Let me tell you something, it ain't good for you to walk around with an extra 100 pounds. And the day I got married, Christmas Day 1977, I weighed 188 pounds. And I don't think I ever saw 188 again after getting married. So that's been quite a while, 1977 until today. Dang, that's a long time. Woo. Anyway, I did get down to 193 one time. I was in Iraq, and you may have seen my other video how I lost 75 pounds in 90 days. And the reason for this video log or this blog is so if you are watching this because you're overweight as well, or you're trying to quit smoking, maybe we can do it together with encouraging words from me to you and your encouragement to me. Hopefully we can do this together. And some people may say, well, that's unrealistic to set a goal of 100 pounds. Well, let me tell you something. Let's say I was to fail at what I'm attempting. Let's say that I fell short by 25 pounds. Don't you think it'd be awesome for a big fat ass like me to lose 75 pounds? But that's not what I'm shooting for. I'm shooting for 100. I want to get down to 190 pounds. I know that when I weighed 193, I had a 29-inch waist. I felt great. The doctor said that my blood was that of an 18-year-old kid. And at that time, I was like 49 years old. So I'm going to try it again. You know, as a person gets older, if they're overweight, there's a good chance they can get diabetes, type 2. Bless my little girl's heart, my daughter was diagnosed type 1 diabetic when she was 16. Broke my heart. And, you know, she has to deal with that every day, and for the rest of her life she has to deal with it. And it's not that I, you know, worried about me having to deal with something. It's just that, you know, that's just one of the things you got to be concerned with when you're overweight. And people have heart attacks and all that kind of stuff. Well, I want to have the energy to play with my grandchildren. And at 58 years old, you know, at 290 pounds, the mortality tables say I might not live another 5 years. So we need to do something about that right quick. My dad passed away at 71 years old of a heart attack. And he was overweight. He wasn't as big as me. I'm probably about 5 inches taller than he was, but he was fat. Not morbidly obese like I am, but he was fat. So hopefully I'll take after my mother's side of the family. They got a lot of longevity in theirs. I don't have any other health problems. I don't ever go to the doctor unless I'm hurt, you know, break a bone or something like that, or need some stitches, or, you know, here a while back had to go to the dentist. But as far as getting sick, hell, I don't get sick. And if I do get sick, what are you going to do? Go to the doctor and they're going to say, well, take these pills and you know, you get better. Why, hell, there's too many natural things you can do to get better. You ain't got to take pills. I just despise taking chemicals, man-made chemicals, when there's plenty of natural remedies out there. But anyway, I want to tell you what my plans are so that you can understand, you know, as I'm reporting in daily of my progress and how I've been doing. I want to share with you what my proposed diet is going to be. Bodybuilders, now I may be repeating some of my stuff from where I told about how I lost 75 pounds, but for those of you that's just tuning in, and it is a good intro to try to explain my logic here. And first of all, some people say, well, you can't just count calories. There's carbohydrates and sugars turn into fats, and I don't want to hear that crap. Now look, a pound of fat is between 3,000 and 3,500 calories, or you have to burn between 3,000 and 3,500 calories to consume a pound of fat. Good God. That's a lot of darn calories in 100 pounds. Anyway, it only makes sense to me that if you are consuming less than you burn, the body is going to have to get those calories from somewhere, and where it's going to get those calories is your fat stores, your fat storage. And if you don't provide protein to your body, it can start robbing your muscles, and actually, you know, you start losing muscle mass as well. So my diet will have a lot of boiled eggs in it. Boiled eggs are high in proteins. Boiled eggs high in omega vitamins. They're almost the perfect food. About the only thing they don't have in them is vitamin C. And what I will attempt to do is a repeat of what I've done before, and that's I'm going to set my cell phone to go off every hour on the hour, and every single hour of the day, on the top of the hour, I will either eat a boiled egg, or I will drink about 30 to 40 calories worth of V8. I'm actually going to use Great Value brand from Sam's, is a hell of a lot cheaper, and I like doing it cheap. But it's loaded up in vitamin C and all kinds of nutrition. I compared it to V8, and it's very comparable. Matter of fact, I think it's got more vitamin C than V8. Not 100% sure on that. But anyhow, I'll be showing the can to you like tomorrow or the next day or two. But the thing is, the way I did this before is I consumed between 500 and 600 calories a day, but I wasn't hungry because an egg is very filling. And if you turn around every single hour on the hour and you're eating something, your body is like, I'm really not hungry. Well, you know what? That's the best time to eat. Because if you're overweight, I know you've done the exact same thing I have. And that's you, oh my God, I'm so hungry, and it's late at night and you stuff yourself. Oh man, that quart of ice cream looks good too. Oh, let me have 3 of them burritos. And, you know, you binge eat until you feel miserable. And one thing I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to avoid all the eating out, because I love a Chinese buffet, and my God, I eat so much in there. It's just sickening. When I was a mess sergeant in the Army National Guard, I'll never forget, I prided myself on preparing good, very good, tasty meals for all my men, and I'll never forget this one old boy. He come up the line, and I got them big old serving spoons, and I'm about to put this big old spoonful of mashed taters on his tray. And he pulled his tray back, and he said, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa!" He says, "I only eat enough to live. I eat to live. I don't live to eat." And he was, I'd say 6'1", maybe 6'2". Not at all fat at all. I mean, he was a lanky old boy. And he says, "I just eat to live. I don't live to eat." And that was a pretty good saying. That's always stuck with me. I have one of them type of personalities that I could be addicted to stuff real easy. And my addiction right now is food. It's also tobacco. All through high school, college, I never smoked a cigarette. No sirree, buddy. And I got to basic training in the Air Force. And back then, you could smoke in the military anywhere and everywhere. There's butt cans, there's ashtrays on every desk in every shop, in every office. There were ashtrays. And I'll never forget, during basic training, we were in the barracks, and a boy said, asked the drill sergeant, "Could we have a smoke break?" He said, "Yeah, go ahead. You got 5 minutes." And I said, "What about those of us that don't smoke?" He said, "Well, you just clean the barracks." I said, "Somebody give me a cigarette. I'm going outside." So I learned to puff on a cigarette like that, then went on to technical school and started smoking a little bit, and then I was pretty much hooked. I was 18? No. Yeah, I was 18, almost 19-year-old. And I started smoking, so that's been almost 40 years ago. And I quit one time, I mean just quit, laid them down, and I quit for like a year, and then we had a tragedy happen in the family, and I ended up taking a cigarette from my little brother, and that got me hooked all over again. So, right here in front of you, where everybody can see it. Now, remember, like I said, I like doing it cheap. Well, dadgum, a pack of cigarettes is almost $5 nowadays. So, I stopped buying packs of cigarettes and started buying this tobacco, because I could get a pound for $10. And those of you that do smoke, don't care to stop smoking, this is some good tobacco. It's a Turkish blend. It says pipe tobacco on it, but I think it's actually cigarette tobacco. But if they said cigarette tobacco, they got to charge all them taxes. But a daggum pound like that lasts me like 3 months. And here's what, y'all are here to see me do it. Got my trash can. There goes my tobacco. I've got my cigarette papers here. I mean, by God, I'm gonna quit. And y'all gonna have to keep me encouraged and keep me motivated. And the worst thing you can do to cigarette papers is get them wet, because once you get them wet, they stick together and you can't use them. So by God, that's it. So I sure hope that I can do this. It's been a long time. So there goes the tobacco. And I'm gonna give it my best shot. Anyhow, what I propose to be eating now is less than 100 calories every hour on the hour. Whenever I get up tomorrow. And the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drink a big old glass of water. And then I'm gonna have I'm actually gonna have a little more than 100 calories at breakfast. My daughter is an RN, and she told me when I've done this before that you gotta have at least a piece of bread, one piece of bread a day, to keep from building up some kind of acid in your blood. Now, I'm not telling you to follow my diet. You need to talk to your own doctor for that kind of stuff, because like I said before, I don't want your blood on my hands if you fall over dead trying to repeat the crazy stuff I do. But my intentions are one piece of bread. Normally I was doing that in the past, I was doing it at breakfast, but I run out of bread today making sandwiches with the last of that good old pork loin I made. But we're going to have sometime tomorrow I'll get a piece of bread, or the next day, it's no big deal. But I'll either have a boiled egg or I'll poach eggs in boiling water. Cutting out all the extra fats and stuff. But it's going to be eggs, it's going to be vegetable juice, and for the first week or so, if I need to, there's a little something else I want to eat, I'm going to. But I'm going to make sure that whatever I have, that the serving is less than 100 calories. So if I were to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning and go till 7 o'clock at night, I'm only going to be talking about 1,200 calories for the day. However, the vegetable juice is only like 30 calories a serving. So that really cuts it back. So I'm hoping that I will be able to get by on about 600 calories a day on average. I've done it before and did not feel hungry. I will be drinking a lot of water. I've got these little flavored drink mixes that don't have any calories in them. You can put in a bottle of water. And like here's a quart bottle, they're handy, you know. The most difficult part, if you want to say difficult, will be whenever I leave the house. I'll have to make sure I carry something with me to eat and or drink, especially if I go to my farm or something. But it's really important that when that alarm goes off, you've got to eat something. You got to. And this way, whenever it comes evening, you're not going to feel hungry like you are. You know how it is. You work all day and you come home, you're ready for supper, and pile a big old plate of food up. Well, I'm hoping that I can curb the appetite by doing it this way again. I don't expect to be perfect, you know, first week or so. I'm sure I'll slip up here and there. The most aggravating thing is not going to be having no tobacco to smoke, but that's neither here nor there. It's a good health choice for anybody. So it wasn't that I made a New Year's resolution that I was going to do this. It was just I was thinking about different videos to make, and I'd always thought about telling folks about how I lost that weight, but I kept looking for the pictures so I could show you how skinny I was. And I realized it's on a computer that the dadgum power supply is crapped out on. So hopefully, you know, as I'm going through this and getting the nervous energy because I got to do something, maybe I can dig out that computer, change out the power supply, and pull them pictures off that hard drive. Because I really would like to show it to you, because a lot of people, you know, you can't believe everything you see on the internet. But I've got plenty of witnesses. So that's this is the beginning, and hopefully you can, go through this with me. Don't get too bored with it. I'll promise I'll try to keep the future ones shorter, but this is the beginning. This is what I'm going to try to do, and I look forward to hearing from you. And I would love for you to, if you would like to go on this journey with me, I'd love for you to, tell us, put on the comments there, Bob, I weigh this much right now, and I'm going to go on the venture with you, and this is how much I want to lose, and we'll be able to, tell each other back and forth. I don't know that I will report my weight daily, because it can fluctuate. Just like a quart of water is over 2 pounds, because a gallon of water is 8.65 or something like that pounds. And I have been drinking coffee and water a lot this evening. Of course, I'll get up in the middle of the night and have to go to the bathroom. Where's the middle of the night now? But anyhow, after you get all straightened out and I start, getting more on a schedule, I'll start weighing myself at the same time every day. Anyhow, this is episode 1, the beginning, and let's go on a ride. Thank you very much for watching. I look forward to hearing from you. Have a wonderful day and a better tomorrow. Bye.